Oh, shoot. Now I just started the actual timing. Okay, hi, scholars. This is Miss Silas. I'm here with Winter and Delphine and Eden, and we're going to do an art project today. So I'm going to turn my thing back down here, okay? And I'm going to talk through this. Today, we're going to make some, what we call a mandala with lines, okay? And we're also going to talk about rhythm in artwork. We're going to talk about symmetry in artwork. We're going to talk about a bunch of those things. So I want to show you real quick sort of what we're going to make. Okay, so this is an example of what we're going to make. And you can see a lot of the lines that are on there. That looks like it's kind of like mythical creature, doesn't it? Like a squiddy octopus with a crew cut, kind of. And then I'll show you a couple other ones. This one we did with a spider. Let's see what else we have here. Like this one I like because it's an example of a third grader's work, which is really cool.
What is it? Is it a butterfly?
I think it's a butterfly, something like that. In a second, Delphine, okay? In a second, okay? And then I did one here that's not quite following the directions of what we're going to do, but this is actually the very first one that I made. So we're going to start with this. So some of you guys, all of you guys have this white piece of paper. And I believe that this paper is 11 inches. If you're working, if you're not working with the materials that I gave you, or someone at home wants to do this with you, this is not super specific. You can, as you can see, the edge of this is just the border, okay? But what I gave you is an 11-inch piece of Bristol paper, and then you have also a piece of black paper. Now, some of you, I did not cut it down, and I'm so sorry. About a third of the way through sending this home, I realized, oh shoot. So those of you who have a big piece like this, the first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make a 7-inch square. So you can do that with a ruler, right, guys? I'm going to see. I think I have a ruler right over here. And Delphine, can I use that pencil? So if, oh shoot, my ruler is a centimeter ruler. So I'm going to use this as a guide, but I'm going to do it something like this, 18 centimeters. And 18 centimeters. I think it was like that. Anyway, then you're going to make it into a square. I'm so sorry if you have to do that, but something like this, you're gonna have to cut a square out of that black. Now, if you're a sibling or you're a kid who's doing this without any materials and you don't have any black construction paper, you could color a piece of paper black, all black, with a Sharpie or something like that, and that would be fine. Or you know, you could try it with a different color. That's fine too. But so once you have this, okay, your square, you're going to decide, and you guys should follow along with me now, okay? You're going to decide if you want this to go on here. I think this square is a little womper-jawed, so I'm going to go like that. Do you want it to go like that? Or do you want it to go like that? Those are the two choices that you have. So it's kind of diagonal, like a diamond, or a square like a square. And if it's a square like a square, you want to kind of center it. Either way, you want to center it the best you can. Okay, so you're going to do like that or like that. And then you are going to draw a line with a pencil around it. But the thing is, before you do that, is you need to make sure you're drawing it super, super light, because in the end, we actually want that line to be an implied line, which means it's a line that we can see because of all the other lines on it, but you can't actually see the line. So for example, Delphine drew hers. It's hard to see on there, but she drew it pretty light, which means we'll be able to erase it. So what I mean by an implied line is this. This is where I drew my pencil mark. Okay, but you can't see that anymore because I was able to just erase that line And when I say it's an implied line, we can still see there's a line there, but the line is created by all these other lines bumping into it. Does that make sense? So when you draw your piece on here, you're going to do it very lightly and not dark, okay? So go ahead and put your, if you want to do a diamond or if you want to do it in a square, you can do it right now.
Where's my pencil?
Go find a pencil real quick, or I can hand you this one in just a second, okay? Yep. Okay. Now, I actually am on mine, so you're not going to do this. Do not do this. I'm only doing this so that you can see where my line is, okay? But in your actual piece of artwork, please don't do this. You're going to erase this line, okay? But for the purpose of seeing the video, you actually are going to need to see my line here because I know you can't see my pencil marks. You're not doing that. Don't make a Sharpie line for the box. But so you know the box is like that, okay? Okay, cool. Now we're going to decide what kind of creature you want to make. So you can make a real creature or an imagined creature, okay? Delphine made a lizard, okay? And I'll show you some of the choices in just a second, but you're going to fold your paper and you're going to fold it. Good job, Eden. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but that square needs to be on there somewhere. You're going to fold it either in half like this, okay, or in half like this. It doesn't matter how you drew your box. How you do your folding can be either way. What you can't do is like this, or you can't do like this, because that's not halfway. If you're going to do it, you got to match up the corners, okay, like this, and then you're going to fold it, okay? I think I'll do mine this way, but you might do yours the other way. I'm going to match up the corners. I want to make sure it's all matched up before I move on, okay? Good, okay. So now when I open it, this line right in the middle is called my line of symmetry, okay? So I can think of another shape that has a line of symmetry, which is like a heart does, right? When you fold a piece of paper in half and you make a heart like this, that makes, the middle of that is the line of symmetry. That means that it's the same, but a mirror on both sides. So I'm actually making a symmetrical image right now with my hands, okay? So this is not symmetrical, right? Because that is a mirror image. Actually, that's an exact shape, right? But when I make a mirror image, hey, you guys need to be quiet, okay? When I make a mirror image, that is a symmetrical image, okay? So I'm gonna show you again how the creatures that I made are symmetrical. And I just want you to kind of help me to see. I'm gonna put this here because I want to block that shadow that is on my artwork. Okay, so for example, draw with me where the line of symmetry is on this. It's right there. Do you see that? Right there, okay. And then, let me see. Okay, then, let me see, on this one, is my line of symmetry here? No. Can you show me, Delphine, where my line of symmetry is on this one?
Right here.
That's right. That's where it is. My line of symmetry is right there. Now this one, this crocodile one, I didn't do very well. Now, this one is not perfectly symmetrical, but if it were, it would be somewhere like there, right? And then this one, I wonder, Winter, if you could come and show where my line of symmetry, where was the fold line that I made on this one? Yep, there you go.
You can even kind of see it.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
can see it if you were able to see that.
I can't see it.
Well, that's where
yeah.
it is. Okay, so we're going to make a creature right now. Now, here's my experience, scholars, is that a lot of times kids make this and then they're like, shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. And that's fine as long as you don't cut it. But before you cut it, you might want to go get some square pieces of paper and just try out some things, okay? So you're going to fold it along your line of symmetry. Okay, I'm actually going to use a Sharpie for this because I want the kids to be able to see, okay? But you guys are going to use a pencil for this, okay? And then I'm going to do something like, a lot of times third graders do like a simple thing like this, and they say like, I want to make a bug like this. And then I'll say like, you know what? That is cool, but it's not going to make an interesting creature. So if you wanted to make a ladybug, for example, you should add like an antenna, and you could add some feet. Okay, and you could even add, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think, like
dots.
A mouth or something, right? Something like that, okay? And then, since this is just my practice paper, I can cut that out. Now, am I going to cut on these lines? No, because it'll cut that off. I'm just going to cut on the very outline of it. Okay.
I like my Mama, you're so good at that.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to cut my antenna. And then I'm not going to cut past that little thing.
Mama, I didn't cut that past it. It took like 1 minute to do. Mama, could I have the scissors?
Yeah, you can. I know, we're kind of in the sun right here, aren't we? So now if I open this up, let's see what it looks like. I'm going to put this against a black piece just so you guys can see. It looks like that, right? Which is a lot more interesting than if I made it like I originally did, which would be like this. I'm going to just cut this off so you can see what it would have looked like if I just did it like this, which is boring, right? We want to add details to it. So if you have a shape that's looking something like this, I would say like add some antenna, add some legs, add some claws, stuff like that, okay? So I'm going to show some examples right now.
Because I don't know how to do a fox.
So I'll show you a fox, okay? Or actually a wolf. The way I did a wolf is like this. So I did, the line of symmetry is here.
No, but I don't like
So, hey Eden, shh, you'll be quiet, okay? I'm going to do like this. So on this, I would draw it like here, here, and go down like this, right? Give a nose there, give some whiskers here, stuff like that. It has to be big enough that you can cut it out. This is a cat, okay? On the cat, I did these whiskers. Now you can see I didn't just draw a line here because I can't really cut that out. I need to make it a whole shape. Okay, oh, that's a heart. Heart is too simple, okay? Here, I want to show you this. I did a fish. So see, like that shape with the eye. This, the fin,
Mama,
the lizard. Yeah, you
I
can.
did a lizard.
Here it is. Okay, you did a lizard. So Delphine actually kind of followed my lead here and did a lizard like that. Wait, let's see. It's like that, right? And you did a lizard. So that was really good. And then I like this crab one because, you know, it's pretty cool.
You have
Do this
a crab
pincher
one.
here, right?
You
Okay.
have a crab.
You might want to do a spider. You might want to just do a mythical creature. Okay.
Well, Mama.
So I'm going to tell you, if you're continuing to talk during my video, you're going to have to walk out of here, okay? So Winter, I wonder if you could help her to do a wolf. But you know what I'm expecting, Eden? I'm expecting my own students to do this on their own. So I'm kind of expecting you. So what I want you to do now is I want you to take your black piece.
I want the whole body. I don't just want the head.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because-
And other people might be feeling that way too. But the thing is with this one is like you might not be able to do that. You might not be able to get the whole body. So you might have to settle on just having the head, okay? If you want to do the whole body, you don't do something like a unicorn, right?
Like a crab.
But if you wanted to do the whole body on a wolf, like what I would do probably It's still not going to totally look like a wolf, but I could draw the parts. Let's see. I might draw the nose and the mouth and then the face and the ears. And then I would draw the parts of the body. I'd probably see some kind of feet sticking down. And then some feet would be sticking down on this side too. And then like that. But that ends up kind of looking also like a rat or a wolf. Eden. So Eden, your piece needs to be big, okay? So nobody has cut anything yet, but when I show you this, it needs to be taking up a good amount of this space. If it's this tiny, I promise it's gonna make a lot more work for you on the second part of this project. You wanna have it fill up a good part of this space, okay? So Delphine, you can keep this one. So Delphine has already cut hers out. And I want to tell you that if I were you, after you cut yours out, keep this because we can do another cool project with that. Okay?
And Mama,
don't throw it away and don't
Mama,
cut it up or anything. Yeah.
So you shouldn't cut it in right here because then it will do like this.
Right. So if you want to do a lizard, and I'll show in my example over here, you want to cut it.
Mama,
you don't want to go down. You want to kind of go just in. Okay? Yeah, that's good. If I were you, I would add, you have these, I would add something down here. Maybe how it goes like this or something like that. Look, Eden. Like goes down like this or something like that. Okay? But this is fine.
Okay.
I like the details that you have. The more details that you have, the more interesting it is. And so where is mine? Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and make sort of a mythical creature. I really like, so that the kids can see what I'm drawing here, okay? I really liked this idea of when I did my, so you should not draw in white crayon here. The only reason I'm doing that is so you can see it, okay? And I'm going to do like that. And if I wanted to do a squid, I would do 4 legs because I'm going to have 4 legs on the other side too. So let's see if I did 4 legs. I think it's 4 legs. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to open it up. Now I can kind of imagine it on the line of symmetry. But once I have it drawn on there, Eden and Delphine and Winter, do you see how I did that? Okay. So if you're not caught up with me, if you're watching this video, you may pause it now or you may keep on going, whatever you need to do, okay? I'm going to carefully cut this now. And I'm going to not like cut across here because I want to save that the outline thing. I want to save the negative space one as well. Okay. And maybe I'm going to cut from here because I think it's kind of an easier cut to do. But whatever. Now if my cuts end up being not exactly on the line that I drew, that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, right?
I have an idea.
You do? Good. I'm glad you have an idea. Now I wonder if any of my scholars have an idea. Wonder if they have all thought of the creature that they wanted to make. Sometimes making a creature that isn't a real creature is kind of the most fun thing because then it doesn't have to follow any rules. You give some legs, you give some antennas, you give some claws. I like the claw thing. Ooh, I like this part too because that's an interesting shape. The more kind of interesting details that you can give it, the better. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, cut this, cut this.
Look at mine. It's a cup with a straw.
So that does not have enough details on it. Can I show that?
No.
If you draw a cup with a straw, then what I will say is like, you're going to need to add some claws or some straws sticking out of it or something.
Have 2 straws.
If the straw is right in the middle, it won't be two straws. It'll be just a fat straw. But we're making a creature, Eden, okay? So it needs legs.
Creature I can make.
Okay, so I will help you in a minute when my video is done, okay? For right now, I'm going to keep on going because I think there are some third graders who are able to track with me. So now is the moment of truth. It's so fun to open it up and see how that's going to go. Let's see. Whoa, I love it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, now I am going to have to turn this to fit it into my square, right? And now I can put it anywhere in my square that I want, but I kind of want to have it right in the middle. And then this beautiful piece, this negative shape, so cool. I'm going to save that. We'll use that for something else, okay? And I know that I forgot to give my scholars glue sticks, so you might have a glue stick and you might not. Delphine, do we have a glue stick?
We have glue.
We have glue. Okay, well, I'm going to see. I think we have some glue right over here. I hope, scholars, that you are able to find some glue as well. Now, when I glue this on,
That's the one that makes it smooth.
that's fine. Okay. I am going to move this off of my nice art paper here, and I'm going to find a piece of scratch paper instead, because when I'm doing glue, I don't want it to get all over. Now, if I've drawn on this side, can you stop making that sound, please? If I've drawn on this side, then I'm going to glue on that side because I don't want to see my pencil marks. So you can do this with a glue stick. Okay, it's probably better, but I don't have a glue stick right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my glue kind of on this like that.
Mama,
okay.
There's a penguin.
And then, good, that looks good. Now, I want to warn you, Eden, that when you cut it out, it might not look exactly as you think it's going to look, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be cool, okay? So, Delphine, you should use a piece of scratch paper under you when you do, so go get a piece of scratch paper, okay? Okay, now, here's why I don't want my art paper under me, because look, I'm going to be doing like that, and it's going to get on the scratch paper. Good. Now, if you are ready, Eden, you may start cutting yours out.
Okay. Can I have the scissors?
Mm-hmm. Here they are. Okay. She just needs a piece of scratch paper, Matt. She just needs a loose piece of paper somewhere. There you go, Delphine. Okay. Now that I have that, I'm going to get this scratch paper out of the way.
I'm not ready.
And I am going to put this in here. Okay? Now, watch how I do that. Now, if you've been in my class, you know I have a special trick for getting things to stick. You might even remember before I tell you, but I turn it over.
Then you rub on it.
And then I just rub it, right? So that it's stuck on in every spot. Now, I do want it stuck on in every single spot. Okay.
Mom, mine didn't work.
And you know what? I'm going to stop the video right there. And I'm going to do the next video in a minute.